said today that the bill should be killed and that you should start all over. Are you saying that that's not going to happen?
No, I mean, we're a long ways down this track.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune adamant there that the one big beautiful bill will become law. Those comments coming after President Trump met with every Republican on the Senate Finance Committee at the White House on Wednesday. The commander-in-chief not sitting on the sidelines here, pushing his largest legislative objective toward the finish line. The more than 1,000-page package still seeing major pushback, though, from a handful of Republican senators and also Elon Musk, who posted on X. He said this: call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Kill the bill. Republican Senator James Lankford from Oklahoma joins me now. He's one of the senators who just met with President Trump on the one big beautiful bill. Senator, always good to see you. Thank you for your time.
Great, glad to be able to do it. Good to be back again.
You say that if this bill doesn't pass, every single American is about to see a tax increase. Break that down, and how much are we talking here?
Tax expiration is December the 31st of this year for all the current tax rates, every single tax bracket. So if we don't do something this year, we will have a $400 billion tax increase on every American who pays taxes starting on January the 1st of next year. So it is very important that we actually take action on this so we don't have that giant tax increase coming up next year. We also need to be able to focus on our debt and deficit. We have a $2 trillion in overspending. So part of the work that we're doing is to say, how can we actually start that work? We're not going to solve $2 trillion in one swipe, but we do need to be able to start chipping away at this in a significant way.
What would that look like annually for a family? When you say every single American is going to pay more, any idea, crunching the numbers, how much more your average family would pay?
Average family is going to pay about $2,000 more in taxes next year if we don't have this bill. So what we're trying to do is just keep the rates the same on it. We don't want to be able to have a major tax increase. We want to be able to keep the rates the same and then have targeted tax relief for certain areas, like what the president's talked about with no tax on tips and some of the overtime and some of those things. We've been very careful to try to target some of those things, but first goal is to make sure rates don't go up at all.
I know some of your fellow Republican senators don't feel the same. I know Senator Ron Johnson attacked the bill yesterday, saying, I'm not going to support this. This does not meet the moment. How far apart are Republicans on this package, sir?
This is similar in the Senate to where we were in the House. The House was able to get the requisite number of votes in the House. We're going to work towards that in the Senate. Ron Johnson's not wrong in that he continues to be able to focus in on we need to do more on deficit, more on deficit. I agree with him, and we are actually actively engaging to be able to find more on deficit reduction. But we got to get as much deficit reduction as we can actually get the votes for. I look at this like a jumbo mortgage that we have as a country. You're not going to pay it all off in 1 month. You've got to be able to chip away at this, but we've not been chipping away in the past on it. This is the first moment to actually do real deficit reduction while we're still protecting our taxes.
I mentioned Elon off the top. I wanted your 2 cents on that as well. I mean, he's very opposed to this bill. Just one of his several posts this week on X, he said a new spending bill should be drafted that doesn't massively grow the deficit and increase the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. He's even calling this the debt slavery bill and a pork-filled abomination. Are you disappointed by this, Senator? This apparent break from the loyalty and the bromance, if you will, that we've all watched play out for like the past year?
I'll let he and the president work that out between the two of them. I know the president's speaking on later today, and I'll let him make comments on that. But I would say for Elon Musk, he's been in the middle of the machine for a while. He's seen how difficult it was. Even when he left out from government, he said, this is harder than it looks to be able to make changes. I agree with him. It is harder than it looks on the outside. You've got to get enough agreement to be able to move key aspects. So we're moving as much as we can. But this is not the last thing. This is the first major step. And then we got to make another one, another one. So I understand there are some people that say if you can't do everything, do nothing. I disagree. You do as much as you can right now so that we start making progress on things rather than just sitting back saying, if you can't do everything, do nothing.
We'll follow that closely. Let me, while I still have you, talk about some other news of the day. The president is also now ordering an investigation into President Joe Biden, looking into his use of an auto pen to sign pardons and other documents. Do you like this move, Congressman, or do you wish the president would focus more on the now and the future instead?
The president's doing both. I mean, we worked for 2 hours yesterday on the tax bill and trying to be able to work through that. But then after that was over, he actually released a statement to say, hey, I want to know how this auto pin was used, who was actually running the White House during that time period, especially in that last year. So he's doing both. This is a president with a lot of energy, and he works a lot of long hours on it. So I'm not worried about him getting distracted one thing or the other. He's doing both.
Running out of time, but the hardest question of the day that I have for you that will really throw you off, I think, is where's your watch party tonight for our Oklahoma City Thunder? What's your game plan?
I'm flying tonight, and I hope I'm able to get home to at least see some of the game when I get home by the time my flight lands. But I will clearly even be watching on the plane if I can get it. The Oklahoma City Thunder win the first game tonight. We've beaten the Pacers twice this season. We just got to do it 4 more times, and it's over.
Yeah, we've got it in the bag for sure. Senator James Lankford, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you. See you next time. And safe travels, too. Okay.